What is up, YouTube? In today's video, I'm going to show you guys exactly how to track and log your macros the exact same way that I myself do it every single day. You guys ready? Let's do it! Now, there are three things you're going to need to be able to do this effectively. The first one being a smartphone that has access to the MyFitnessPal application. I'll be using for the purpose of this tutorial an Apple device, but the app should function primarily the same whether you're using an Android or a Windows phone. You're also going to need, like I just said, the MyFitnessPal application. And then thirdly, depending on how you're doing this, you will need a food scale to properly weigh and track your food. But if you don't have a food scale, don't fret. You can still use this without one, and I will show you exactly how to do that. Let's get started. Now, the first thing you're going to want to do on your device is go to your app store and find the MyFitnessPal application. I already typed it in here, we have it here. When I click it, it's just gonna say open simply because I already have it downloaded on my device. But go ahead right now, download this app. It's free and will end up being a very versatile tool that you will use moving forward, as long as I can do a good job showing you how to use it. So we're gonna go ahead and open the application, and this is gonna take us to the home screen. Now they have different articles and stuff here you can read. You can already see here my 2100 calorie goal for the day. I'm already at 1490. Now I've logged some stuff in advance, that's why that says that. I haven't actually had that yet, but we'll move into that topic here in a little bit. First thing you want to do is go over to the More tab, go to My Profile. You can see here you got some status updates and stuff. They try to make this a social experience. I don't really use it for that. I just use it simply to track food. So go to Edit Profile is the next thing you do. You go down to the bottom and click Goals. Now here we are, and you can see like starting weight, look at that, 1, 10, 14. That's from a cut I did in 2014. I haven't updated much of this at all. I use this to track weigh-ins sometimes, but for the most part, I don't really use any of these features. I strictly use the macro tracking features, so that's what we're going to cover. So you can go in here, you see some of this stuff's locked behind a paywall. You can pay $50 for a year membership to this. I don't think it's necessary, but if you have the dough and you want the extra features it has, then hey, you can do it that way, but I personally don't. So we're gonna click calorie and macronutrient goals, and now this is gonna pop up and show calories, and then macros, protein, and fat. One of the benefits of being able to use the paid version is you can set these macros to whatever you want. We're not able to do that in the free version, so you kind of have to approximate. So if you have a rough idea of how many calories or whatever your macros are that you're trying to do, here's how I do it, right? My macros right now, I'm at 55 grams of fat a day, I'm at 250 grams of protein and 150 grams of carbs. The only thing that this app lets us do is adjust percentages for these. So I've got them as close as I can given the calorie level, because obviously if I try to go in here and move my percentages around to get where I want, you can see right there, it kind of jumps my protein up to 263, and then, you know, the next one down from that's 236. So just knowing what your macros are is gonna help you a ton, and you're gonna have to go on just what you know they need to be. This will get you close without paying for it, but you just need to know in your head of what you're trying to do. So set your calories up, get your macro percentages where you want them to be, and then boom, that'll like kind of get us, like I said, in the ballpark. So now that we have our macros figured out, and if you don't know how to track your own macros or calculate macros for yourself, I'll put a link in the description box for a video I did on how to find those numbers. Once you have all that set up, you have a username and all that, now it's on to all the work. So you click at the bottom for diary here, and this takes us to our food diary. Now you can go back through the days. I can go back yesterday, the day before. Yeah, and as you guys can see, you can kind of cycle through some of this stuff. So I'm gonna go ahead and do a fresh one for tomorrow. That way I can track some stuff for you guys. So you can see here we have breakfast, lunch, dinner, tons of different options. And once again, I don't really use these specific tabs for like my breakfast, or so I just kind of throw stuff in as I go. All these tabs will do the same thing as far as letting you track and log your food. You just click the add food button. Now let's go ahead and practice logging some food. Now the first thing we're gonna track is going to be a Combat Crunch Cinnamon Twist Bar. Anything with a barcode, we are able to scan right into this application and it'll add it right into our daily macro totals for the day. Let me show you how that works. So first things first, we'll just say this is breakfast, add food. You can see previous options I've added in. This really helps if you're eating a lot of the same stuff every day. You can just click it and it'll key it in for you. But since this is new, we'll go ahead and click the barcode scanner here. Now pay attention to this. I move the barcode from the bar around, and we just scan it. Boom, and there we go, guys. Check it out. It shows 210 calories. We have the 25 grams of carbs, we have the 7 grams of fat, and the 20 grams of protein. Kind of shows you serving size. So let's say you wanted to have 2 bars. You could click this, change the serving size. Let's say you wanted 1.5 bars, go to 1.5, and it'll adjust the macros accordingly. Or if you want to do 3 of them, click it. See that? Everything changes. For the sake of this video, let's go down and just do 1. Check mark and add it. Boom, there we go. So Cinnamon Twist is in there, 210 calories. And as you can see, the goal we set for ourselves, it shows us the calories according to that and how many many we have left. Keep in mind, this part is not accurate at all. I can hit the same macros every single day, but not all nutrition labels are calorically accurate. Sometimes it'll say I have 2,000, sometimes it'll say I have 2,200 in a day. So just be wary of that, guys. Don't follow the calories as much as you follow the macros. Now to see our macros for the day, go down to the bottom of the diary tab and click nutrition. Boom, this shows us we have 7 grams of fat, 20 grams of protein, and 25 grams of carbs for the day. And it shows us the percentage of our breakdown through the day so far, and then what our overall total daily goal is. So this is where you're gonna keep checking back to see where your macros are at. Easy enough, right? All right, now I'll show you how to do it with food that we need to weigh out. Now back to the main page here. Let's say, for instance, as you can see behind us, we have some chicken breast that we've weighed out to about 8 ounces or 224 grams. And we also have some broccoli that we have weighed out to about 84 grams, right? And let's say we wanna put that in here. So let's go to lunch. Now I've already entered in my own chicken breast cooked macros in here myself, but you can also search cooked chicken breast and then you'll also have that pop up. But for the sake of this, I'll show you how the recently used works. 8 ounces of cooked chicken breast, approximately 60 grams of protein, 2.6 grams of fat. So that's 264 calories. I can go ahead and add that in, and then we go to add food once more, and then we'll go ahead and type in broccoli. And you can see here, we already have some broccoli estimations coming up. But let's say you want to search for the first time, you don't have any in your recently used. We'll click broccoli, click search, and you can see here we have a lot of different nutritional values for broccoli. Keep in mind, some of these are gonna vary, guys. I always try to scan the labels I have, which I do have labels for the broccoli that I can scan, but for the most part, they're all gonna be within the same ballpark. And we're obviously not doing cups. You gotta also pay attention to the type of measurements they're using. They have ounces. For those of you that don't know, an ounce equals 28 grams. So let's say we click this, and we know we're having 84 grams. So it's gonna approximate to about 3 ounces. We can click this. And there you go, guys. As you can see, 30 calories, 6 grams of carbs, 0.3 grams of fat, and 2.1 grams of protein. So we can add that in, and then boom, now that's also added into our macro totals for the day. So we're going to diary once again, go down to nutrition, and you can see we're at 9 grams of fat, 82 grams of protein, and 31 grams of carbohydrates. Pretty simple, right? I'm telling you guys, this is not hard at all. Now let's say for the final example, you don't have any prep food, you don't have any barcodes to scan or anything, you just want to go eat at a restaurant, right? And let's go ahead and just use, for this example, Chipotle. We'll type in Chipotle, click search, and look here, guys, Chipotle Mexican Grill menu. The green check mark means that all the nutrition info has been verified by the actual company themselves. So 62 items on it. We can click this, and then look here, guys, they have everything you want. You can kind of build your own burrito. So let's say, for instance, we wanted to do just that. Oh, and then real quick too, instead of clicking each of these individually, you can click multi-add, and what that'll do is let us select everything we need. So let's go ahead and add in the tortilla. And then we can go scroll down, and let's say we're gonna do white rice. We'll do some black beans, do some fajitas, and let's do chicken. Then we'll go ahead and add some green salsa as well. Okay, that should be enough for this burrito. Add, and then boom, look here, guys. It's got all that stuff factored right into our dinner. And then once again, this will reflect our macros. So we'll go down to diary, nutrition, and boom, guys. As you can see, we have 32 grams of fat, 141 grams of carbs, and 133 grams of protein. Not too bad, huh, guys? I think now you should have a pretty basic understanding of exactly how this application works. Now you can use it to track and log your macros. There we go, guys. You've seen just how easy it is to use a simple application on your smartphone to track and log everything you're eating throughout the course of the day. This application has been a lifesaver for me in so many different aspects, and especially this cut. If you guys have been following me, you realize that I eat things like protein waffles, I fit in protein bars, and all sorts of recipes into my diet on a day-to-day basis to not only keep myself sane, but to give me a little bit of flexibility. And that is the key to making this entire lifestyle something that you can endure for the long haul, is knowing that if you're out and about, you don't have food prepped, you can literally stop at Chipotle, or you can even stop at McDonald's if you can find something that fits your macros and stay on point and constantly moving forward towards your goals. So with that, guys, I think we're gonna call this a video. Real quick before I go, I wanted to make this because one, that was one of the most frequently asked questions I got, was how do you use that app specifically to track your food? And then two, a lot of my clients I work with meal plans, nutrition programs, 12-week programs, whatever, they'd always ask me, okay, this meal plan looks good, but if I want protein waffles one day, how do I fit that into my plan? And now you know exactly how to do it, guys. There's more extensive stuff with this application as far as recipes goes, adding in saved meals and stuff like that, but really it is super easy to use this application. I'm telling you guys, not hard at all. And as you just seen, literally all you have to do is download the application and hop right in. And before any time at all, you guys will be tracking and logging all your food the same way as me. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you got some knowledge out of this or some value out of this, make sure you smash that like button. Helps me out more than you even know. If you're not subscribed, subscribe, and there's even a little bell next to the subscribe button. You can click that and it'll let you become part of the notification squad, which I'm telling you guys, there's a lot of stiff competition. They're having a lot of fun down down there. So if you guys want to get involved in that fun, go ahead and do just that. And I believe, guys, that wraps up this video. Thank you guys, as always, for watching and for your support. Don't forget to smile, remain positive, and pay someone a compliment, because you never know whose day you could be making better. With that, I'm out here. This has been a Remington James production, and I'll see you guys at the next video. See you guys.